Hello gorgeous people, what is going on, and welcome back to another video. In today's video we are going over a highly requested analog horror movie, and it's called Winter of '83. In this analog horror movie, almost everybody in the town of Fawn Circle, Minnesota vanished. Everything was fine until one day there was a huge storm and then they all just disappeared. What we're gonna watch today are the video and audio recordings that were recovered after the storm. And oh boy, is this a crazy one. Huge shout out to Linkara-AtopTheFourthWall for creating this analog horror movie. Their channel link will be in the description down below. Please be sure to go and support your analog horror content creators. And alright guys, enough of me talking, let's hop right in. In January of 1983, most of the people living in the town of Fawn Circle, Minnesota disappeared. In the investigation that followed, a significant number of video and audio recordings were recovered. The recovered material had significant irreparable damage. The most relevant recordings were assembled into what you see here in chronological order in an attempt to explain what happened in Fawn's Circle.
The time is now 12 a.m. K83FC now concludes its programming schedule. Channel 83 will resume its broadcast at 7 a.m. Thank you for watching K83FC, Channel 83. K83FC is owned and operated by the Spencer Sheridan Foundation, providing quality local television to Fawn Circle and neighboring cities in Redwood County, Minnesota since 1975. Our offices are located at 2713 Pinewood Street in Fawn Circle, Minnesota, postal code 56283.
I'm curious if that's real.
K83FC is empowered to transmit by the Federal Communications Commission, Washington, D.C. We hope you've enjoyed today's programming and that you'll join us again in the morning.
Ah yes, American history, let's go. All the boys. I can't get copyrighted for this music, right? Whoa, hold on. Wait. Hold on, go back for a second. Interesting. That looked like someone frozen in the snow before. Of the brain. There we go. There it is, baby. America, yay. Is that a blood ocean? What was up with that?
Can anybody hear me? Look, we need help down here. Please send somebody to rescue us. I'm begging you. We're in the basement of Scott's Manor. It's getting so cold down here.
Please, you have to help us. They're going to bury us down here.
No. Tell them that. They'll think we're crazy. Look, just please send help. We're in the basement of Scott's Manor.
They're going to freeze us to death.
I don't think that was supposed to be in there. So, okay. A little bit of stuff that I've been told for this. So apparently this entire analog horror was made as an April Fool's joke. And I actually attempted to cover this back in March when I first did Vita Carnis. This was literally the second analog horror I ever watched. But I couldn't get through it because, I'm gonna be honest, I thought the beginning was very corny. But I have been told to give it a chance. To just watch the whole thing through. It gets better as it goes along. So I'm saying the same thing to you today. Give this one a chance. Let's see where it goes. This is Editing Marcus here. After watching the entire thing, I promise you this gets good. Definitely stick this one out.
Okay, recording now.
Are you sure? I don't want it to be like last week where the cameraman forgot to turn the mic on and we recorded an interview for half an hour before they noticed.
I'm positive. I'm seeing levels and readings here.
Okay, but just leave the lens cap on until we get there. I'm pretty sure I smudged my lipstick and I want to fix it before we get anything.
I'm telling you, it's fine.
let me be the judge of that. Still, while we're recording the audio, might as well get some background first. Sheriff Douglas, how are you today?
Oh, not so bad. You?
I'm fine. So, tell me a little bit about Scott's Manor.
Well, Scott's Manor used to be the mayor's mansion back in the 60s, with the last occupant being Richard Scott. The place was closed for renovations in, I think 68 or so. And the city had a big budget crisis back then, and they decided to hold off on the renovations for a year. The year became 2 years, then 5, then 10, and, well, here we are. Last September, some people from the U of M Science Department decided to rent it out to finally complete the renovations, while also using the space for some science experiment or whatnot.
And the story about the manor being haunted.
Well, before the research people moved in, we got the occasional call about seeing something weird or about kids breaking in and spray painting their gang tags or whatever. But we didn't really pay any mind to it. With the manor being closer to the farmlands, it's not like it was really bothering anyone.
It is weird that the mayor's mansion was, like, 20 minutes away from the town.
Well, that's one of the reasons why the renovations kept getting postponed. There was a whole kerfluffle, new laws got passed. The mayor actually had to live closer to the center of town after that.
And why are we going out to the manor today?
Kerfluffle is crazy. That is a crazy, crazy term.
Oh, hey now, you know the reasons even better than we do.
Yes, the signal hijacking.
Look, I like you guys over at the Channel 83. Galaxy Detective is a fun little show I can watch with my kids, but it feels like these hijackings are happening daily now.
That's not entirely true. We had a week or two before the last one.
There's not much we can do about it, sadly. Transmitter's not that strong. The reason the call sign for the station has FC in it is because Fawn Circle is really the only town that gets the broadcast, so the station owner just figured to, lean into it.
And that means anyone with a stronger transmitter on the frequency can take over. And I wouldn't put it past some of those U of M kids being responsible.
Well, we can certainly look into it when we get there. If it is them, then maybe you guys can get back to normal.
For as long as it lasts.
Greg!
It's true!
Well, hang on a sec. What do you mean by that?
The station's not doing so well.
Problem with the station that barely reaches anybody, maybe, Chaska, on a good day, is that nobody watches it. And the thing is, even if somehow the station does get a better transmitter and it can reach more people, likely will be shut down this year anyway.
We don't know that.
There's a rumor going around that the FCC is going to reassign a bunch of TV frequencies, particularly the high ones, to emergency services and all. Dinky little UHF stations like ours aren't going to cut it anymore, and we'll have to shut down.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Well, until it actually happens, I'm not admitting defeat. I haven't put 5 years into K83 just to see it go out like disco.
Well, you can get to it right now. We're coming up on the manor.
Okay, Greg, switch it off and get it ready for...
Okay, so that was a lot of information we got there, setting up kind of the premise of what's going on. Scott's Manor was the mayor's manor back in the 60s. It was owned by Richard Scott, but then it was closed for renovation. Renovation kept getting pushed back for years and years and years, but recently people of the U of N science department decided to rent the place out. Apparently they're using the space for some kind of science experiment, which, as we know in analog horror, never goes well. And the place apparently might be haunted too. And the reason why these three are going to the manor is because their station keeps getting hijacked. Basically, they think the kids at the U of N might have a better transmitter, and if they have a better transmitter, it basically just lets them hijack the broadcast. So they're gonna go there, confront them, see if it's maybe them that's doing it. So let's see what happens. Damn, that place looks run down. Well, I guess they said nobody was really there for like 20 years or something, right? And it's far away from town. Definitely creepy looking.
Hello? Is anyone home? Dr. Chandra? Hello?
Jesus, I thought they were renovating this place. It looks like it hasn't been touched in decades. Greg, get some B-roll shots while I fix my makeup, please.
Already on it.
I'm not sure what's going on myself. This place was not looking like this last week.
Well, the snow obviously got in.
Interesting.
I mean, it looks like it got in everywhere. The place still had intact doors and windows. They had finished that back in November. You'd have to break the whole damn house to make a mess like this. Dr. Meredith! Steven! Dr. Chandra!
It's like a blizzard ran through the whole place.
It was maybe half an inch of snow last week. What the hell happened here?
Maybe the signal hijacking wasn't kidding.
Don't get started. However, Rhonda...
Oh, bruh. They're referring to... Oh my god. Okay, this just made sense to me. Basically, what we saw in that intro there was the signal hijacking. So this totally makes sense now. Okay. That's exactly why they think it's them. They literally said we're in the basement of Scott's Manor.
Yeah, Chris? Radio the station, get some more bodies out here to help search. And call Mercy General and tell them to have an ambulance on standby in case we need it. I'm gonna go check upstairs.
Alright, back in a minute.
I'll come with you. Greg, keep getting those shots and yell if you find anything.
Got it.
I think bro needs a new camera. Oh, someone left their shoe behind. Yeah, this place is completely destroyed. Doesn't even look like they were trying to renovate it.
Hey, Viv! Sheriff! I think I found the basement!
Okay.
Viv?
Oh, don't go down alone. But
Hey,
if you're
is someone down there?
gonna go down alone, get a better camera at least. Was that a blizzard in the room in the basement? City Council meeting.
Calling this meeting of the Fawn Circle City Council for January 4th, 1983 to order. Roll call. Thank you, Eric. It's a practice to begin by reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the chambers of the Fawn Circle City Council. We have a lot of business to go over today, so I suppose we should just get right to it. The most urgent matter, of course, is the blizzard that's going to hit our fine little city and the rest of the western part of the state. The current weather forecast says we'll have heavy snowfall tonight, a lull in the storm in the afternoon tomorrow for a couple hours, but then we're going to get hit with another 10 inches of snow. Now, we've put in a request to Minneapolis to send us some additional snowplows, but they haven't gotten back to us yet. In case they don't send them, let's get the word out to people to stay calm and not start hoarding food from the supermarket shelves. We'll have it all cleared away in a day or two afterward. Councilman Brilling, you said you had something you wanted to bring up with this?
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to consider purchasing at least 2 new snow plows. Obviously, we won't be able to use them for this blizzard, but the current plows are 15 years old and starting to get a bit sluggish. In fact, I suspect that day or two you mentioned may be more like 3 days, given how they operated on the storm a few weeks ago. Several businesses along Mendota Street said they lost some potential Christmas business because of it.
Do we have a second for that motion?
Second.
All right, Councilman Brilling, please put together a full proposal along with a recommendation for where to buy them from, and we'll vote on it next week.
Will do.
Next on the agenda, a representative from the U of M campus was going to discuss the restoration work at Scott's Manor and potentially request for funding and labor with the project. Is the representative present? Alrighty, if the representative comes in later
They are
during the
with
meeting,
us
let them
now.
know. They can approach the podium and we'll return to them.
Huh.
Next, a representative from K83FC wanted to speak to us.
Hello, Mr. Mayor, Councilman. My name is Darren Frederick. I'm the general manager of K83FC. I handle budget decisions, overall programming choices, and several other duties there. For several years now, we have been privileged to operate the station, known most around here as Channel 83, out of Fawn Circle. We've tried to provide a lot of entertaining programs to the citizens of this city, as well as providing many jobs to locals. Anywhere from electricians to actors and our original programming to just simple janitors, we're part of this community. Indeed, this very city council meeting is being broadcast for people to watch from home, so more people can be involved in decisions involving our fair city. However, things have not been going well for the station as of late. Syndication packages for programming are becoming more expensive, We have competition as more and more people embrace cable television, and advertisers are not as interested in investing in ad space. What I'm here to request from you today is a stimulus into this part of the community. Some additional funds to help us through this rough patch as we adapt to changing standards in our industry.
Let me stop you for a second there. Mr. Frederick, how much are you asking for exactly?
$75,000 over the next 3 months.
That's a lot of money. $25,000 a month.
Come to order. Mr. Frederick, we are not Minneapolis. Hell, we're not even Wilmar. That kind of money for one struggling business is not acceptable.
I know it's a lot, but we give back to the community in a lot of ways.
With all due respect, Mr. Frederick, I disagree with some of your assertions. You claim to be contributing to the community with your programming, but my family watches Channel 83. Most of what you show there is stuff found in syndication that you can find elsewhere.
We've had to take on syndicated programming due to budgeting issues for original shows.
Frankly, those original shows leave a lot to be desired. They're cheap looking, the educational content for kids has been, well, wrong a lot of the time, and frankly, I know several local actors who refuse to work for you because they're embarrassed to be a part of such terrible shows.
Wow.
We've had to cut corners, and the stimulus could really...
And most especially, Mr. Frederick, even if we thought the programming was worth investing in, your station's transmitter is very low power, and as a result, you've had several signal hijackings of late. Some of it pretty disturbing and not at all appropriate for the children of this community.
We have been investigating the hijacking, sir. And it should be noted, they always occurred late at night when kids should have been tucked into bed.
Regardless, you want us to invest a not-so-insignificant amount of money into a business like yours that is not exactly proving itself to be worthy of such an investment.
Would you be open to negotiating the investment, at least hearing us out further about this?
All right, I'm not unreasonable. Make your case and we'll discuss it. We can start with...
Excuse me, Mr. Mayor. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I've just been informed that there have been some developments at Scott's Manor, and Sheriff Douglas needs to speak with you immediately.
My apologies, Mr. Frederick and everyone gathered today. It seems to me to cut this meeting short. Mr. Frederick, we're holding another City Council meeting on the 6th. We'll discuss your request again at that time.
Of course.
This meeting is now adjourned.
This seems to all be happening in chronological order so far. So basically they're having a city council meeting. There's a really bad storm coming really soon. They're talking about how they need plows for the storm, you know, makes sense, a lot of normal stuff here. And then they do say
a representative from the U of M campus was going to discuss the restoration work at Scott's Manor and potentially request for funding and labor with the project. Is the representative present?
So obviously a representative of the U of N was supposed to be there to talk about funding and stuff for the restoration of Scott's Manor, and he's not there. And that's probably because, as we know, something bad has happened at Scott's Manor, so nobody could attend this meeting today. And even the channel says they are with us now, which is interesting. And this comes up a few more times. Then we get this guy who is from Channel 83, and basically he wants more funding for the channel and stuff like that. And this is super embarrassing because they're literally putting this on Channel 83. And the mayor's basically like, nah, your channel's kind of ass, so we're not going to fund you. At least we're not going to fund you $75,000, which does sound even a little insane to me for a small channel, but they do talk about possibly negotiating. At the end, they say that Sheriff Douglas wants to discuss about something that happened at Scott's Manor, and it says at the bottom, they have embraced us, and so will you. Now, whoever they is could be the people of U of N, or it could be the three people that we just saw go to Scott's Manor, Vivian, Greg, and Sheriff Douglas. But let's continue watching and find out.
Excuse me, Darcy Milbanks?
Yes?
I'm Carl Denby, the private investigator you contacted. You wanted to speak to me about your brother?
Yes, thank you for coming. I'll be with you in just a moment. I just need to shut down the camera feed and the audio recording, and I'll be right with you.
Alrighty. When you're ready, I do have a few things I can go over already.
Okay. Something about a private investigator and a missing brother, maybe?
You're watching K83FC. Coming up next, it's the Tuesday night movie, the 1951 science fiction classic, The Thing from Another World. After that, Johnson Hughes investigates crimes across the universe in a double showing of Galaxy Detective. And finally at midnight, K83FC will be signing off for the day.
Galaxy
Stay tuned for
Detective
more
sounds like a
of the
cool
best local
show.
TV this side of the Mississippi.
An RKO radio picture.
Alan, I love you. And I love this chance you're giving me. The air is just so much more crisp around this time, you know? Speaking of crisp, I love the sound of crunching snow beneath my feet. It's fun. I'm serious, Alan. I absolutely love living where it's so cold. I know. You'd rather be spending winters in Texas or Hawaii or something so you don't have to deal with the snow and the ice and the freezing. But the air just seems so much fresher in winter. I love the tingles of a good shiver and seeing how empty everything is after a fresh snowfall. It's breathtaking. I guess what I'm saying is that I'm glad you've let me be the one to capture all this for your B-roll, Alan. Since I know you're just going to remove this audio later when you cut together the footage, I just want you to know that my answer is yes. I want to spend the rest of my life with you and share in all the... Wait, what is that over there? Hey, Alan, it looks like the area has been roped off because of a pond or lake or something, but I was here last week while you were visiting your parents. There's nothing here to rope off. What the hell? Alan, this area was closed off for me to film this. No one should be in the park right now, and it snowed last night. But there are footprints? Who was...
Someone's been there recently. What?
I'm sorry. The wind was just... Yeah. I know I was just talking about how I love the cold, but...
The wind did that?
Felt like the wind chill was 80 below or something.
Bro, I thought you got attacked.
I'm wearing gloves, but my fingers felt numb for a second there. Look, I think I'm gonna go back to the car and warm up, but I want to see where these footprints lead.
Man, never follow sketchy footprints in the snow.
What the hell? Wait.
A snowman.
Where did that...
Oh. Alan, I think your wife might be dead, bro.
Alan, I'm glad I'm empty. Alan, I love the chill. It's so cold. I'm numb. Spend the rest of your life in winter. I'm so cold. Shiver in all the empty. Share in all the empty. I'm so cold. I'm so cold. I'm so cold. I'm so cold.
I have a feeling that wasn't supposed to air on the channel either. So we have this woman who's filming some B-roll for a film for her soon-to-be husband, Alan, it seems like. And she's walking through, filming the snow and whatnot. Then she finds some footprints. She sees that the area is roped off, even though it wasn't not too long ago. She follows these footprints, and all of a sudden, a snowman is following her. It seems like the snowman killed her, and she also shows for a second, if you look, this looks like a dead person in the snow. So I believe whoever she was following may have also gotten killed by this snowman or whatever killed her. And this is Bro's body. She also does bring up how for a split second, like even though she's wearing gloves and everything, she felt freezing and she felt like everything went numb. So my theory so far is that whatever the U of N was doing with their science experiments, they must have been messing with the weather or the winter or something. Maybe created like an Arctic monster? It did look like it was snowing in the basement of Scott's Manor. And now this woman was literally attacked by a snowman, it looked like. But let's keep watching and see what happens.
Background interview for reference, January 5th, 1983. Discussion with client Darcy Milbanks on the subject of her missing brother, Stephen Milbanks. This interview is being conducted for a second time. The original interview tape, conducted on January 4th, has somehow been corrupted and is now unlistenable.
Why is it so important to go over this again? Don't you remember what I said yesterday?
Alright, so these are the two people that we heard talking at the end of the city council meeting before.
Always the possibility that something you say could provide a helpful clue that I need to refer back to. It could be something I didn't catch the first time we talked. I know what you're saying to me won't be exactly what you said yesterday, but please try to repeat all the information you mentioned the last time we did this, Miss Milbanks.
Okay, I'll try. My name is Darcy Milbanks, and I'm a videographer in Fawn Circle. I mostly do work for City Hall, recording important meetings and putting together local PSAs and stuff.
And why do you require the services of a private detective like me?
My brother Stephen was hired recently to do renovations at Scott's Manor. Stephen's... well, he's not a bum exactly, but he hasn't been good at keeping a job. Gets too lazy and prefers to just hang out with his girlfriend Stephanie.
Ouch.
You know, it's funny. I wonder if that's why he got together with her. The similar names and all made it easier for him.
Please continue.
Right, sorry. Anyway, while he's not good at keeping a job as an usher at the Cineplex, he did graduate from college last year with a degree in carpentry, so this was his chance to finally get some decent paying work for his field. He's been doing it the last few months, but several days ago he went to work and then he just didn't come home. No one has seen him or his girlfriend since then. I tried to talk to the cops, but they just think he and Stephanie eloped.
So his girlfriend's missing too.
But I haven't been able to find her either.
And why don't you believe they'd do this?
Stephen may not like doing work, but he's always known that he needed to do it. Our parents both died when we were teenagers, Stephen at 17. He was close enough to adulthood that he was given custody of me, and he was declared a legal adult. Since then, while he's had a tough time keeping a job, he's always made sure to get one so he could pay the bills. He would not have just up and left without a single word, and even then, he would have contacted me by now to let me know he was okay and what was going on.
Have you made any attempt to contact anyone working at Scott's Manor to see if they could shed some light on things?
They don't have a working phone up there yet, so I've had to go in person. I went twice to see if anybody knew anything, but no luck. They say he came into work one day, did his shift, and they never saw him again.
And it is here, Miss Milbanks, that I must update you with new information that I discovered since our conversation yesterday.
You found something?
Yes. Sort of.
What do you mean?
I believe I found your brother's car. It matched the description you gave me, but the license plates were missing.
Where? And you didn't find him?
Easy, Darcy. Easy. I was on my way to Scott's Manor yesterday to interview them myself when I came across the car along the side of a country road. It had been abandoned, but I didn't find any footprints leading anywhere. Just a lot of snow in the tires, probably from that storm the other day. There was a half-eaten bag of chips in it, but nothing else to indicate who it belonged to.
Why haven't you reported this to the cops yet?
That's the thing, Darcy. I did. Or at least I tried to. I drove to the police station and reported, but there was nobody there. No receptionist, no cops, most of their cars were gone. I waited for an hour for someone to show up, but nobody did.
What the hell are we supposed to do now, then?
I want you to keep trying to get in touch with the cops. Give them my number. I don't know, maybe everyone's just busy with the storm. I'm going to try to head to Scott's Manor today to see what I can find out, though I admit that may not be possible if the road's not...
Hello?
Is it recording again now?
Yeah, it's the same thing that happened to our original interview. Must be something wrong with the tape recorder. Anyway, we're going to get to the bottom of this. Don't worry.
God, I hope so. Drive careful out there.
Okay, so just to explain that last part, Darcy's brother, who was apparently a part of the renovation team for Scott's Manor, went missing. Same with his girlfriend. His girlfriend is also missing. According to U of N, he showed up, did his work shift, left, and that's it. I call BS. The U of N, I think, definitely knows something about it. It's also interesting to note here that apparently the police are missing, and I think this is taking place the day after Sheriff Douglas, Vivian, and Greg all went to Scott's Manor. So maybe they didn't make it out of Scott's Manor. Carl does also say that he found Darcy's brother's car, which I think is the car that we see in the intro here. I think this is definitely the car that they're talking about, which makes sense now. Listen, it seems like whatever U of N did at Scott's Manor is making a lot of people go missing. Darcy's brother and his girlfriend, possibly now the 3 that we first met that went to Scott's Manor, and apparently the police department is like basically missing from this town. That's clearly a red flag, but let's continue watching.
Here's what's coming up tonight on K83FC. Coming up next is The Animators of Evil, a panel discussion about the apparent prevalence of Satanism in cartoons. Followed at 7 by Space 1999. At 8 o'clock...
For a channel that kids watch, I feel like this is a very weird program to have on. I don't really blame the mayor for shitting on him.
Yuck it up with the Three Stooges. And at 8:30, Barnaby Jones. Stay tuned for more of the best local TV this side of the Mississippi.
It's a new year, and that means new savings at Sid's Electronics Boutique. We've got huge discounts on brand name electronics. This Panatronic twin-tape boombox stereo is now only $109.95. If you want something more portable, this Panatronic AM/FM radio is only $49.95.
Whoa!
The Sono 500 home computer is only $199.95.
Oh my God!
A built-in speech to read off what you wrote.
Hello, I'm Sid.
You heard
God.
it. Come
Hell
on down
no.
to Sid's Electronics Boutique just off Highway 59 and Chippewa Road.
Okay. Was that actually that whole section? Oh no.
Okay, Sid, here we are. The store. Using your camera to record me locking up the stores you requested. See? Here's your sign. It's your store. Freezing my ass off out here. Just... What, Sid? What is the logic here? You want me to prove I'm not a thief while handing me an expensive camera? Look, I get it, the thefts suck, but this is ridiculous. I'm standing out here in the freezing cold while a blizzard is going on just to prove I did lock up the store? If I took anything, I'm not likely to film myself doing it, am I? I mean, just look at all this. Nobody's around. Nobody's breaking in to do this at night. You know what's going on? Somebody asks us about the damn computers or a TV or something, and we're all distracted, and their buddy goes in and steals a car phone. You ask any store in the area, it's the same thing. The hell, why not just install some security cameras or something, man? Why go through all these extra efforts with me putting this on tape? Why are you gonna do it?
Can you help me with this?
Hello?
Who the hell said that?
I'm hearing things. Look, Sid, you're the best boss I've ever had, but you've got to hire some more people.
Can you help me with this?
Who's there?
Help me with this?
Sure, I can't see you. Where are you?
Yeah, who was talking?
Help me with this? Help me with this?
Yeah, I'm following your voice, but I can't see you anywhere. It's hard to see through the snow.
There's actually something really creepy about him just repeating it over and over again. Help me with this.
Where the hell are you?
Okay, you have to realize that this guy can't be that far.
Your voice is definitely coming from this way, though.
Thank you. Oh, hell no.
Yeah! Oh.
Thanks for the help, bud. Thanks for the help, bud.
It's a new year, and that means new savings at Sid's Electronics Boutique. We've got huge discounts on home electronics. This Sonos CC300 VHS camera recorder and player is only $699, down from $899 originally. In the market for a new telephone? How about this combination telephone and AM/FM clock radio in one? It's only $39.95. Or if you and your kids are stuck inside this winter, how about picking up a TV Video Sports Game 10 for only $89.95? Video games, telephones, and cameras. Only the best at Sid's Electronic Boutique, located just off Highway 59 and Chippewa Road.
I cannot believe that I am basically watching a horror about a killer snowman right now. This one's pretty simple. This guy that works at Sid's Electronic Boutique is just recording him locking up the place just to prove he's not taking anything to his boss. While he's doing that though, he hears, "Can you help me with this? Can you help me with this?" But yeah, so he keeps hearing somebody say that, and he follows the voice for way too long in my opinion. Like realistically, you're in this giant open area. If you look around and don't see somebody but just hear this voice so clearly, you should probably just dip and not stay or follow the voice. Especially it sounds exactly the same each time, not even slightly different at all. But anyway, he follows the voice for a minute, and then he sees this snowman thing, which actually looking at it from here, it looks like it's got a creepy face on it. Like you can kind of see a smile here, maybe an eye here, and then it seems like it just kills him.
Yeah! Oh.
Thanks for the help, bud.
Thanks for the help, bud is crazy. Snowman asks for help, whacks you over the head, and then is like, thanks for the help. Insane. I want to believe that basically this guy here got hit with the same maybe wave of cold that the other lady got hit with before she died. Although it does sound like he kind of got bonked over the head, right? Like if you listen to that.
Yeah! Oh.
Yeah, like right there, it's like bonk. Like you hear, it almost sounds like he got hit with something. But yeah, so it seems like this snowman is alive. It can mimic human voices, and it sends out like some kind of insanely cold waves. Because like that other girl said, like her hands got numb and stuff, even though she's wearing gloves. Like she's got insanely cold, and she said she's used to it. You know what I mean? She was used to the cold. But it seems like this thing, whatever it is, makes things colder. Oh, another car recording.
January 6th, 1983. Update on previous recording. Darcy Milbanks failed to make contact with the police yesterday, and I failed to reach Scott's Manor due to the snowstorm. As the storm cleared today, I did make it to the police station and made contact with a Deputy Blair, the only person at the station. I was able to tell him the basics of my investigation, but he's preoccupied by the missing police officers. I admit trepidation on that topic myself. However, the missing sheriff and his staff are not my concern at the moment. Darcy Milbanks hired me to find her brother, and that's what I intend to do. I'm currently en route to Scott's Manor. Hopefully someone there will be able to provide me with some new information. January 6th supplemental. I have arrived at Scott's Manor, and I believe I've discovered what happened to all the police in the city. They're all here. Or at least they were here. There are 8 police cars and several other nondescript vehicles located outside of Scott's Manor. I've tried calling out to see if anyone's around, but there's been no response. People have been here recently, however. I am inside of Scott's Manor now, which is run by snow. There are several footprints in the snow from various individuals. So far, I've been able to find some disturbing items around here. I've located at least 2 revolvers, both empty. I've found some shredded, bloody clothing, though whether that clothing belonged to
Brother, you are in over your head. You know the entire police department went missing. You are 99% sure they all went missing here because here are all their police cars. Here are their empty revolvers. Clearly, whatever they were facing, an entire police force could not handle. What makes you think you're different, brother?
No police officer, I can't say. For that matter, it might not belong to anyone, just some oily rags that look like blood. But given the current unusual situation, I am disinclined to believe an innocent explanation. The only area I have yet to explore is the basement. Heading down now, we'll leave recording on while I explore. I am now in the basement. This basement is strange. The rest of Scott's Manor is still a decrepit, half-destroyed building, but down here, well, there's certainly damage, but there are metal walls, the lights are on, and it looks like there are offices, doors. The snow has gotten down here too, but this place is like a laboratory or something, and it's in much better shape than what's above. What the hell was this? A bomb shelter? I don't even know what I'm supposed to be looking for down here. What is all this? December 12th. Growth rate of organism increases exponentially in colder temperatures. When were they away? Oh my god. These are definitely human remains. It's like a skeleton. There's blood everywhere around it. I'm thanking God right now my nose is clogged up a bit from the cold because I do not want to be smelling this. I need to find out what the hell happened here.
You need to find extra help, bro.
There. This room appears to be some kind of office. Records, maybe? Bacterial formations, no. Budget information? God, none of this is organized. Just give me a name for what this is. Micro cassette tapes. They should work on my tape recorder. Let's see. Yeah, good. Should have brought my own bag, but how the hell was I supposed to know I'd need it?
Let's get out of there now. Or play the tape right now. That works too, I guess.
Is this pay dirt? I've located a video camera in its storage container. Looks like it's from Channel 83. What the hell is this doing here?
Oh, the video
get some answers.
that Greg and Vivian had, maybe?
Battery's dead.
Okay.
Charging cable and a spare battery. Okay, perfect. I'll take these with me.
Hello? Hello? Someone there? Someone, please help me!
Hello? I'm coming!
Oh, I don't know if I trust it.
Oh God, please help me!
It's okay, man. It's okay. I'm here.
It's so cold.
Yeah, I can see that, man. You're looking pretty bad. Can you stand?
Okay, so it is an actual person.
No, my legs are buried in the snow. Can't feel them.
Don't worry. I'll carry you up, man. Oh my god. Man. Your legs.
Oh God. They're gone, aren't they?
Yes. I'm so sorry.
You have to get out of here. Just leave me.
No way, man. I'll carry you.
Please, you have to warn them!
Hey, can you help me with this?
Oh, shit.
Hey! Come over here and help me with him, man! I need to get him to my car outside! Come on, man! Help me here! Wait a second. You're Stephen Milbanks, aren't you? Your sister hired me to find you.
Hey, can you help me with this?
How are you talking without your lips moving?
Run! Run now! It's not him! No, I've got him!
What?
Get out of here! Warn everyone! They're in the snow! They're in the damn snow!
Okay, so that was actually a little confusing since we only got audio and didn't get to see. So it seems like Carl goes into the basement of Scott's Manor, finds one of those people that interrupted the broadcast in the intro because the voice sounded similar. And he also has a run-in with, I'm going to call it the snowman or the voice. Can you help me with this? And he says that it's Darcy's brother, but even though he was talking, his lips weren't moving. So it seems like whatever Carl saw, it wasn't the snowman, it was Darcy's brother, but they seem to be the same thing. I hope that makes sense to you guys. And then obviously this other guy that's there is like, it's not him, get out of here, and seems to like, I don't know, grab onto the thing while Carl runs. So hopefully Carl can get back to town and get some help now that he somewhat knows what's going on. He does have the video camera now, we know, and he has these other cassettes, so he probably has a ton of information on him. We also did hear something about an organism, so it seems like U of N was definitely experimenting with some stuff. They probably weren't experimenting on some type of organism, and the last thing the guy said was that, warn them, it's in the snow. And considering that our entire setting for this analog horror is covered in snow, that's really, really bad. City council meeting.
Calling this meeting of the Fawn Circle Council for January 6th, 1983 to order. For the sake of brevity, I am waiving the roll call and the Pledge of Allegiance so that we can complete the meeting as soon as possible. According to what I can see, all council members are present. May I have a second council member confirm this?
Second.
City Clerk, please make a note of it. We all would like to get out of here as soon as possible before the storm hits. As such, I am striking items 7, 9, and 10 from the agenda to instead be discussed at our next meeting on Tuesday, January 11th. These would be discussing the funding for repavement of Mendota Street this summer, the report on how the new after-school sports program is proceeding, and the petition to open a Kmart store in the vacancy next to Sid's Electronics Boutique on Chippewa Road. Any opposed to this postponement? Then we will discuss these topics on the 11th. Let's move into the agenda. First and foremost, Minneapolis has sadly denied our request for additional snowplows. They want to keep them on hand in case the blizzard turns and hits them, but as soon as the storm is clear, they'll send them out to help with the cleanup. Preparations need to be made to prioritize emergency services to be plowed first, the hospital, the fire station, that sort of thing. We'd like to coordinate with the police on this, but apparently somebody decided not to pay the phone bill because there's still no word from them. Unless the representative from the police headquarters would like to speak up. After the conclusion of this meeting, I'm going to head over to the station to find out what's going on with them. The police aren't here to conduct their duty.
How are you the mayor and you have no idea that the entire police department is missing? Especially if they've been missing for like 2 days now? Like, bro, come on. You're a terrible mayor.
We should just move on. Now, I believe Mr. Darren Frederick from Channel 83 wished to address us again and update us about the signal interruptions.
Hello, Mr. Mayor, Councilman. I'm Melinda Norbeck, the creative director at K83FC. I know Darren was supposed to speak to you today, but he was sadly unavailable. I've been asked to speak on behalf of the station instead.
Go ahead, Melinda.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I wanted to take this opportunity to explain to you all why we've been having so many problems with the signal hijackings. For instance, the one that we had with someone seeming to be filming outside of Sid's Electronics Boutique. When we receive material for commercials or shows to be broadcast, it's reviewed by our editors and producers to ensure that it complies with state and federal guidelines for transmission. Now, the signal hijackings occur because somehow someone has a transmitter stronger than our own and uses it primarily during late night, since the late shift at the station has so few personnel. Now, after Darren appeared before you, we decided to have several producers on hand to oversee that night, and we've continued to have more personnel on hand to watch what happens and do something about it.
If that's the case, Ms. Novak, why was there still a hijacking? Why not just cut the broadcast for a few minutes, given it's so late at night?
And that's what I was getting to, Councilman. We can't just shut off our broadcast, because they're still broadcasting their transmission at the same frequency. We have to stop it by increasing power on our own, which is more expensive, hence one of the reasons for our stimulus request.
And we'll discuss that more in a minute. Please, continue.
Well, this is where it gets strange, Mr. Mayor. As I said, we had several producers on hand to observe the hijacking in progress, just in case someone at the station was helping them or anything. When the hijacking occurred, we quickly got to work boosting power enough to override their signal. However, when we reviewed the tape of the material we were supposed to broadcast during that time, we discovered something odd.
Define odd.
The transmission the hijackers sent somehow replaced the material on that tape. And before you ask, no, nobody was recording the hijacking on it. The material of the hijacking somehow burned itself into the tape on its own.
It sounds to me like you have a
So whatever this thing is that's causing everything to happen seems to not only be like in the snow and affecting the winter itself, but it also is straight up affecting transmissions and recordings of all kinds. And that might be why Carl's tape recorder was messing up earlier. Like if you remember when he was talking to Darcy, he says that they're re-recording because something was happening. It must affect like all electronics. That may actually be why the news station right now broadcasting this is mad glitchy.
Practical joker at your station, Ms. Norvik.
I'm telling you, council member, there's something strange about all this. I personally was the one who inserted the tape and pulled it out again. Nobody hit record. The tape was just changed somehow.
Rather than worrying about ghosts, let's go back to the issue of stimulus funding. Quite frankly,
to be fair, if I was told this and didn't know anything else, I probably wouldn't believe it either. I would just be like, all right, bro, somebody at your place is messing with you and causing this trouble.
even if we were to consider this, $75,000 over 3 months is ludicrous. If you want to proceed forward, you'll have to be a little more realistic in your... Please, everyone, remain calm. It seems we might be ending things a little early today if the power is out.
What? What is it?
The snow! Look!
How was the snow covering the doors like that? The blizzard only started a few minutes ago.
No
Got to
escape.
be just on the doors, right?
No, we're buried. We're completely buried.
Calm down, everyone. Calm down. We'll call 911 for help and try to start digging out of here. Darcy, shut off the equipment and call the police.
Right.
So now all of the city council is stuck in there. Interesting.
January 6th supplemental. I finally made it back to my office. Unfortunately, it would appear that I will not be leaving again anytime soon. It has been, 2 hours since I fled Scott's Manor and what appeared to be Stephen Milbank's. The blizzard hit earlier than anticipated. It must have started while I was exploring the basement and it hit hard. The road had whiteout conditions and I almost slid out of control on at least 3 occasions. The amount of snow at the office made it difficult to even open the front door, and it's only getting worse. I have not had time to process what happened in the basement of Scott's Manor and am attempting to do so now. Once inside, I attempted to call the police once again, without any answer. I also attempted to call Darcy Milbanks, but I only got her answering machine.
Because she's now stuck.
I told her to meet with me or to contact me as soon as possible. Her brother is... I don't know what her brother is. But when I punched him, it's not like I was punching a man. He is very likely dead. And I need to tell her that. I'm going to start charging the camera battery and play the tape in it when I can. In the meantime, I've also got these microcassettes and papers that I took, and my spare recorder to listen to them on. Hopefully there's something here that'll help.
Let's go. Several of these tapes were recovered. In most cases, they were distorted beyond repair and cannot be listened to. Some were of mundane scientific data recordings with no apparently useful information. Those that seem to contain meaningful information are presented here. The man who recorded these tapes has been identified as Dr. Robert Chandra. Dr. Chandra had been reported missing 4 years. Wait, whoa. Dr. Chandra had been reportedly missing 4 years earlier.
September 14th, 1982, Dr. Chandra reporting. Serial number 9X47A, Project Freezing Rain, Entry 2. We've been setting up the lab facilities under Scott's Manor for 3 days. Dr. Matthews says that he'll have the specimens transferred here within the week, once the primary holding tank has been completed. The life forms that we recovered, well, if you can call them life forms at their size, more like bacteria, really, seem to be attracted to crystalline structures. Given their growth rate, we hope to have something to report within the next... December 17th, 1982, Dr. Chandra reporting, serial number 9X47A, Project Freezing Rain, Entry 39. Finally, I have something of interest to report. I am proud to announce that we have made contact with the life form. The method of contact is, admittedly, a strain on the life form, so we have been unable to maintain conversations for more than a minute or so at a time, but it proves they are intelligent. They've discerned our alphabet and language, though I'd say it's probably at a K1, K2 level at the moment. We were able to wire a personal computer into the incubation chamber and use the text-to-speak functions to hold a conversation. It's amazing. They actually hear me and communicate. This was the first transmission we got from them.
Hello, you are Dr. Chandra.
We are the what?
Damn it. There's a branch from a tree outside, scraping against the window. I'll move to a deeper part of the office away from that.
We're in the home stretch now with K83FC.
Oh, please, I don't want Carl to die. I actually like Carl's character.
At 11 p.m., we pay the bills with some paid programming. And at midnight, we close up shop with the end of our broadcast day. Stay tuned for more of the best local TV this side of the Mississippi.
Medicine Lake Campgrounds. This winter, spend a weekend at Medicine Lake. What a terrible lake name. What can you do at Medicine Lake Campgrounds? Ice fishing. Fishing shacks available for rent. Stargaze. Watch the aurora. That's gotta be sick. Search for Stephen Milbanks. Okay, I don't think that's supposed to be in the commercial. Who put that in there? Bleed. Rent one of our luxurious cabins. All cabins feature electricity, a roaring fireplace, and at least one king-size bed. That actually sounds pretty nice. The Premium. Covered garage, hot tub, full kitchen, 2 bathrooms, 2 king beds, game room. I'm in. That sounds sick. That's a nice vacation. The Economy. Hillside view, hot tub, half kitchen, 1 bathroom, 1 king bed, covered porch. That one still sounds awesome too. The hot tub's a huge plus. The Embrace. I don't know if I want to stay in that one. No windows, no doors, collapsed roof, no heat, silence, no escape. Our old home. Education, patience, adapting, a start, language, opportunity. Okay, it sounds like these organisms that they were messing with are in charge of this commercial right now. Our new home. Oh, are they taking the bodies of people they kill? This would make sense. That's why Stephen Milbanks wasn't himself. The organism might be taking over their bodies. The red will become white.
All right, everyone, please take your seats. I have some stuff I can tell you now. Good news and bad news, I'm afraid. The immediate good news, as you can tell, is that we've got the emergency generator working, so we have heat in the building. That being said, I'm asking you to limit your movement for the time being to this room and the restrooms. I don't know how long we're going to be here, and we need to conserve energy. We have food and supplies for a few days, but hopefully it won't come to that. We managed to get in touch with Minneapolis and a few other neighboring towns and have informed them of our situation. They're going to try to get out of here as soon as possible, but the blizzard's hitting them just as hard as it's hit us.
What about the cops or the city snowplows?
Easy there. Our snowplows are in the same predicament, trying to clear paths in order to get to us. They should be able to be in the next few hours, but that brings us to our first bit of bad news. Councilmember Burley.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We've been trying to dig our way out of here through one of the back doors, but it's very clear that it doesn't matter where we try to leave. We're not going anywhere. The building and the parking lot are almost completely covered in snow. There's still plenty of ventilation for the building, but...
Our cars!
I'm sorry. Our cars are completely buried. I'm sorry, but I can't say. It's very possible that they may never run again.
Rest assured, we will do everything in our power to help you if your
Damn,
cars
they
were
buried
damaged
like
by this
that?
storm. Maybe that'll be monetary compensation, maybe some tax relief. I don't know, but we'll figure that out later. We're just going to focus on trying to get out of here so we can all go home.
Fortunately, Ms. Norvik from Channel 83 has gotten in touch with her station, and help is definitely coming.
The station has a snowplow used for clearing out the station parking lot, and it's on its way now. In the meantime, we're still transmitting to them. Only audio to conserve power, and they'll be kept apprised of our situation.
I want to thank Channel 83 for this generous help. Rest assured, when this crisis is over, we'll be most grateful, but we can discuss that later. In the meantime, we need to keep ourselves occupied, try to pass the time, and stay warm. We'll be distributing blankets and...
Oh my God, Deputy Blair!
Give him some room! Give him some room!
Blanket on him. He looks like he's frozen.
Deputy, are you okay? What the hell happened?
How did you get in here?
Window. Managed to get it open. Came down here looking for help.
We've been trying to get in touch with the police department for days. Where the hell has everyone been?
Where have they been? Where have they been? They're at Scott's fucking Manor, where you told them to go!
That was days ago.
They never came back! Their cars are still fucking out there! I found Sheriff Douglas's badge in a snowbank covered in blood! You fucking sent them out there to die!
I did. I sent them to investigate it. That's all. I need them to find the scientists after that signal hijacking. The city needs the funds from that operation.
You know what was happening out there? Do you know what happened to my brother?
If he was out there, then he's dead. They're all dead.
You don't know that. Where is he, Mayor?
No, I know they're all dead. Do you know why I came here? Because I was chased! There were things out there! Things made of snow! They had human faces on them! They chased me until I got here! We need to shut all the doors and windows before they get in!
Are you insane? What the hell are you talking about?
Those things were in Scott's Manor!
Okay, so it seems like I was slightly incorrect. These things are still made out of snow, but they're using their appearance as the people that they've killed.
They'll be coming in here soon if we don't!
Stephen, you're
Oh,
alive!
nah.
No, get away from him!
Stephen, oh my god, I'm so happy to see you. Where have you been? I've been so worried.
That is not Stephen!
Stephen, I missed you. Stephen, say something.
Hey, can you help me with this?
No. And they're all probably dead.
January 7th, I think. those sirens out there, but
It's the next day.
in here for it to work. After the glass in my office broke, I tried to cover it up as best I could, but there was no way I was staying in there. Fortunately, it looks like the other offices in this building are cleared out. Everyone took a 3-day weekend on account of the blizzard. That's going to be hell to clean up. And unfortunately, it looks like the heater's not working as well as it should. It's not freezing like it is outside, but it's not exactly warm either. I lost a bunch of those tapes when the snow blindsided me. I just hope the remaining ones are still useful. I've also still got the camera, so hey, maybe we'll finally get some answers.
Oh, we're gonna watch the camera footage.
December 27th, 1982,
oh, another cassette.
Dr. Chandra reporting serial number 9X47A, Project Freezing Rain, entry 46. We're back from Christmas, and the skeleton team reported nothing unusual from the life form. It made a few inquiries about where I was, and the team explained about the holiday. What we've been focusing on today is actually an interesting ability that the life form has: manipulation and influence of ultra-high frequency bands as well as magnetic media. They're attracted to the ultra-high frequency bands in particular, moving towards transmitters that are utilizing it. We think it may be a form of sustenance for them, and in the process of manipulating the field for consumption, they were actually able to alter the transmission to create images. When we tested it with them, they did a rather impressive likeness to my own face. It wasn't static and, like their initial communications, almost akin to a child's drawing, but it was impressive nonetheless. However, what is somewhat more concerning is their manipulation of magnetic media, like tapes. I lost an entire entry this morning because whatever they were doing to manipulate the transmissions affected a tape that was nearby. It is
I called
totally
it.
garbled. Hello again, my friends. Could you wait a moment? I'm trying to finish something.
We want to know about you. We want to know about your mind and your thoughts and your blood. It is not like us.
I know it isn't. We can discuss these things at our scheduled talk at 3 p.m.
Very well.
As you just overheard, the lifeform's speech has been improving, and it has lasted for longer periods of time each time we communicate. Still, I'd like to put in a request for new insulation and barriers around the test area. Dr. Giroux said that the experiments with the UHF frequencies affected the TV in the break room, so they must have incredible range with their abilities. I'd also like to start having my reports transcribed in case they accidentally damage more tape recordings.
Hey, can you help me with this?
Yes, Dr. Matthews, just a moment.
Oh my god, that's the original voice.
Thanks for the help, bud. Hey, wait. Is that snow? Who the hell tracks snow down here?
December 30th, 1982. Dr. Chandra reporting. Serial number 9X47A, Project Freezing Rain, entry 50. I am growing increasingly concerned about the life forms. This morning, they were able to somehow spontaneously generate small amounts of snow on the other side of the lab. We think they somehow took it from the water molecules in the air. When we tested the snow that they created, we found trace amounts of the life form inside it. We suspect that they can transmit themselves through the UHF bands. Dr. Matthews thinks they may be attempting to leave the lab. I strongly insist on expediting the installation of frequency jammers and insulation to the first week of the new year.
Dr. Chandra.
Yes?
What is God?
January 2nd, 1983. Dr. Chandra reporting serial number 9X... Look, is this really necessary?
I told you, Chandra, just put it all in the report. I don't have time to listen to every tiny little thing that's concerning you about this project.
Dr. Simmons, this is not a tiny little thing! You've seen the same things I have!
It's snow, Dr. Chandra. It's not dangerous.
They're projecting it out everywhere in the lab!
But it hasn't been able to go past the lab now, has it?
It's not just that. Look, a few days ago, I got a question from them. What is God? I tried to answer them, but they've been quiet until this morning. Do you know what they finally said to me after all that time? It is we.
Well, their opinions of themselves are about to take a rather big hit when all that snow melts.
True, yes, but the snow can do other things too.
What do you mean?
After the message, I took a closer look at the snow near the incubation chamber. The shape and look of it were crude, but unmistakable. It was my face, Dr. Simmons. They were imitating my face in the snow.
What are you trying to say, that these things are dangerous?
Yes, damn it. I'm saying that these things want to be us.
So, like we said before, you know, they were messing with some organisms. It seems like it can mess with different frequencies and waves, and it ends up being able to create its own snow around it, and it's a part of that snow. So therefore, is it creating the entire storm that's been going on throughout this entire series? If it could create snow, maybe that's a stretch. Maybe it just so happens that there's also a storm going on. But either way, the fact that it could create snow and kind of spread through that, I can see why it thinks it's God. It sounds like it could just spread endlessly.
Dr. Chandra, you will be like us.
What the hell does it mean by...
This is way past my pay grade. Fuck the blizzard. I'm getting out of this town. I'm going for help. I'll take the camera with me.
It's been past your pay grade, buddy.
Prove this is all real. Darcy, I hope your car's got gas. Mine's almost out. Help me pack this up and I'll explain everything on the way. You're not gonna believe this, but some weird shit was happening at Scott's Manor. I don't think your brother was directly involved, but, well, there's no way to say this, but I think... Darcy, why are you just standing there?
Thanks for the help, bud. Thanks for the help, bud.
Shit!
I doubt shooting at it did anything. Winter storm warning.
This is William Ferris, coming to you from Channel 83's Weather Forecast Center. We're sorry to interrupt Dusty Harp's history of jazz, but the state of Minnesota has officially declared a severe weather warning to the following counties. Do not attempt to leave your current location. The blizzard's intensity is harsh, and the temperature is expected to drop into the negatives. Snowplows and salting vehicles are currently working to clear the roads, and it's considered dangerous to attempt to drive in these conditions. We are expecting a whopping 20 inches of snow from this blizzard, and the less people there are on the roads, the easier it will be for emergency services to get around and do their jobs. Fawn Circle is expected to get hit particularly hard, so if you're not home already, please hole up in whatever shelter you can find and try to ride out the storm. Do not attempt to step outside tonight. We will return you to our regular programming in a moment, but we'll keep the weather warning display on the bottom of your screen until the current emergency is...
Dude, literally everybody is dead right now.
We're sorry to interrupt. Leave your current location. Step outside. We will return you to the snow. The storm is shelter. The storm is home. Step outside. Tonight.
The storm welcomes you.
Coming for you.
You will be like us.
Left. My tape
Carl.
recorder back to the office. Hopefully this thing has enough juice to last a bit for now.
Start running, brother.
My car's completely buried in the snow and I have no idea where the hell I'm going now.
Oh,
Get
no.
help. Just going to keep walking for as long as I can. Hopefully find someone out here. If I start randomly pounding on doors for help, they're not gonna let me in. And frankly, it'll all sound crazy anyway. Just gotta keep moving.
Come on, bro.
Just gotta keep moving.
Storm sirens. I don't think he's making it out of this. He'd have to get to another town on foot. In the days that followed, expeditions to the town by rescue workers and law enforcement found it almost entirely covered in snow. Several survivors were found, but none who were directly involved in the recovered footage. The survivors were only able to corroborate the severity of the storm. Many were only barely able to stay alive after the power and heat went off. Damage to the infrastructure of the town from the snow was forced those survivors to leave what was once Fawn Circle. When the snow melted and law enforcement was able to enter the town and explore, they found only bits and pieces of human remains along with the damaged recordings. If the beings in the snow were real, they seemed to have melted when the weather warmed. It is unclear why they didn't expand beyond Fawn Circle, save for the domain theory among scientists that they were not able to go far from the UHF signals. The University of Minnesota denies any involvement with the research team at Scott's Manor. U of M. I thought it was U of N the entire time. It's U of M. Bruh. Winter of 83. Credit to the cast, obviously. Credit to everybody involved. The monster, question mark, question mark, question mark. Bro, I thought we were getting an after credit scene for a second. I was like, whoa, what is this? Oh my god. KSNT 74. Drown in us, open your windows. We are a million needles in your skin. Join us and be preserved. Our roar is forever, but the silence is peace. Sunday, December 11th, 1983. Wow. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of ate my own words, guys. I tried to watch this previously, and I honestly just wasn't really feeling it. I thought that the dialogue was kind of corny in the beginning, and I was very much like, meh. I'm really happy I gave this a chance, because I actually really enjoyed this. I liked the story a lot. As weird as it is that it's a story about, like, snow coming to life, it was actually really damn cool. It was a really cool story. First of all, every character that we knew about died. Literally every character died. They said there were a few survivors, but the survivors had no involvement with all the incidents that happened directly. They kind of just survived the storm, but everybody died, and apparently whatever happened disappeared after the weather warmed. But as you saw at the end there, when the next winter came, they came back with it, and it seems like they spread to a new town, which is actually a really dope ending, because they could have just ended it that, oh, the weather warmed and that was it, but it's very cool that they came back for the next winter. But basically, in a nutshell, it seems like the University of Minnesota was doing some kind of experiments with these organisms. Things went a little out of hand. The organisms seemed to become too smart too quickly. They learned how to create snow and travel through waves and things like that, which caused it to spread and spread and spread. Then obviously those scientists called for help through the news station, so everybody went to Scott's Manor, and anybody that went there basically died. Carl's lucky enough that he survived as long as he did, because he totally could have died at Scott's Manor right there. And then obviously, you know, this organism organism spread throughout the snow, spread throughout the town, taking out everyone. Pretty cool concept. I honestly really enjoyed it. I like that we got like an origin story for what it was, but we didn't go too deep into it, you know? And like I said, I'm very happy that I gave this a try, and I hope that you guys made it to the end as well. Huge shout out to Linkara-AtopTheFourthWall. Their channel link will be in the description down below. Please be sure to go and support your analog horror content creators. There's also a link to purchase the DVD and to purchase it digitally. So if you'd like to do either of those, the link for those will be in the description down below as well. It's actually really cool that you can purchase a DVD of the analog horror. I might just do that, I'm not gonna lie. It's not extremely popular, but a lot of people just love this for what it is, and I completely see why now. Be sure to let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments down below. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to drop a like on it. And if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe. I do videos like this on my channel all the time, and we're trying to hit 400K before the end of 2024. But alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.